Alright, it is 9:44 a.m. I haven't been able to really do just like recording before the market opened because I was trying to mess with this Interactive Brokers paper trading account because the money I sent to Interactive Brokers is going to take I think until Friday to settle, so I wasn't able to trade there. And as for Fidelity, I think the money is there but it's not settled either, so yeah, unfortunately, this means I'm probably not going to trade for the entire week unless it's like a listed stock that I can trade on Schwab. So I did manage to, in the last few minutes before the market opened, put up this paper trading account. I did it yesterday, and then today I had to make the platform because you have to make a platform for a paper trading account. You have to organize it. So the work I did basically with Interactive Brokers was not very helpful because I had to redo it for this paper trading account. And the issue is that I tried to just pretend I was in the trade. I think it was this candle around this price right here, or maybe this one, I forgot which one, but I did try to place an order just to see what it would be. I mean, if anything, it can just give me an idea as to what it's going to cost me in commissions, which, if I had a guess, in theory it would have been, I guess I would have been 10%, not 10%, 1% of the trade, because that's obviously too much in commissions. So let's just say I got filled right at the top of my limit. That would have been $12 of commissions, I guess. So maybe it's not even worth trading on IB. It was kind of a pain, trying to get on Schwab and then figure out my order size and then my dollar risk level in theory, and then switch to Interactive Brokers and try to mess with this, which this drop down menu was freaking annoying, as well as this one right here. I bet there's a way to remove it, but I just don't get it. I don't get what this means. Unbundled commissions are not allowed for light accounts. Maybe something about the commission structure in which it's charging per share or something like that. It's just something that's not available for light accounts. I have zero idea what this means right here. So whatever this stupid message means, it's literally probably going to cost this broker $7,000, which I'm sure is nothing to them anyway. But I was in theory the setup here trying to paper trade it, but this one kind of worked. I mean, I would have been in at like 13.8 at the most, I think, and it did trade a while at the bid at this 14 level. It did have a few wicks. I never liked how it was trading with a large spread a lot of times. This could be like a potential, maybe a lower low setup, or maybe a double bottom, depending on how level 2 wants to play this out. It's a lower low setup if it works out, but I don't like how there's a big seller at the ask. That's pretty close. Yeah, I guess I'm not going to be trading OTCs for a while, which is fine. And I think I might not even use Interactive Brokers. It's just kind of, I don't even know what that means. You have to pay for, first of all, they restrict the hell out of you. You have to unlock all these things so you can start trading penny stocks. And then number two, they're not, I mean, I guess it's better than the $6.95 in and out for small accounts, but you're going to be paying 2% basically because you trade a lot of shares on OTCs, right, and fees. So that's going to be the case there. And yeah, the platform is nicer, but I mean, I don't think it's really that worth it. So, and then we have like random messages like, what is that? What does that even mean? I guess I have to upgrade to a pro account, but then they have like higher minimum requirements, which is something I can do, but I think they even charge per month or something stupid like that. I think they're kind of backwards. So I'm probably going to do Fidelity, even though I don't like their trading platform thing, and they're not going to charge a dime in commissions in comparison. So that's one thing Interactive Brokers does have. They do have a lot more stocks available to short, but yeah, this is really dumb. I don't even know what that message means, but if that's going to be a thing in the real accounts, then I might as well just stick with Fidelity. I'll be looking at this in theory, maybe try to paper trade something like this, but obviously can't trade right now. This is looking nice. I might even consider taking a buy, although I don't like how it's at 13.6. Maybe I try to put something in the middle right here, depending on how it continues to trade, or maybe just wait for it to come back, close to this level but not break it, and then take a trade there. But yeah, this is offering setups. I'm glad that I feel like a fisherman, that every day I can every day I can go to the lake and there's gonna be fish, and I know how to fish them, but I don't have my boats, I don't have my fishing rod right now. I'll make an update later to see how this setup does. Alright, I want you guys to take a look at this price action. This thing is now at $7. It's pretty much a short squeeze, because I'm sure shorts were probably shorting this throughout the entire day. Right? They're like, oh, this is a pump, this thing is just up, with a lot of volume, whatever, blah blah blah. They're shorting it all throughout this, which could have been like a fake out, head and shoulder, shoulder head, and then maybe a shoulder here. I did trade this, but I actually did lose. I lost exactly 1 penny, which is or actually no, I think, yeah, I probably just lost 1 penny, but in theory this says break even, but I traded this thing like it was on a leash, because I'm not having the right mindset right now, because I'm too busy messing around with platforms and brokers and trying to figure out other things, not really looking at the market so much. But best case scenario, this thing just gets a whole bunch of people getting squeezed and it halts up, which is like super nice. But this is already nice because at least for my entry I'd be up I guess just roughly, yeah, about 10%. Yeah, especially if I were to have sold in the 690s. But again, knowing that I'm not in the best mindset right now, I did get in 5 shares at 11.11, and that was at 633.28. So basically right here was my entry, 11.11. It looks like it was trying to do this thing run up here, right? I was watching it around here, and then it just started uptrending like this, and I thought, alright, this is looking strong, but I don't want to be the idiot who buys this thing as it's going up and then it has a big red candle. And it had a red candle here, it wasn't huge, but right after I had that red candle and it looked like there was a lot of support at the bid, I was in at again right around here, 11.11. Maybe I should get rid of extended hours. No, that's too weird. But I traded it, like, again, with super conservatively, because of the fact that maybe it's not going to work out, maybe I don't have the right mindset because I'm too busy doing other things. But and it's also a listed stock. I have more experience trading OTCs, so I just thought, alright, well, this thing could do something. It has strength. This is like a very classic, almost like a newbie gimme, like, oh, it's trading this range pre-market, is up pre-market, right at the market open, it just buys. And I could just imagine all the yuppies, all the newbies just buying it right at the market open, because it just looks like it's going to go up, right? And they actually went in their favor that time. I haven't seen something this clean looking in a really long time, honestly, when it comes to something just breaking the pre-market highs at the market open and actually continuing forward. So that's pretty cool there. Is this thing trying to do like a bull flag? Excuse me. I don't know. I'll keep watching this. But anyway, again, I was in at 11.11 right after that red candle right here in the 630s, and then I sold 2 shares for a slight profit at 634, because I don't like, after how I got in here, it started trading at the 620s at a lower range, and that just wasn't looking something ideal. I like being in the setup right before it plays out, and I was too early in that sense because it played out here. But even if this thing doesn't like halt up or something nice like that, still a 10% move from where I was in. I sold 1 share at 640 for a slight profit at 11.14, because I was kind of thrown off, and it's kind of wicky, but this thing was uptrending and it was looking a little crazy, right? And I thought maybe it's gonna be a top for a moment, and I did sell a share, just 1 at 640, and then I sold the last 2 shares because I put this trend line right here and I said if this thing breaks the trend line, I'm gonna get out. And I did get out for that reason at 11.16. It kind of broke the trend line right here, just barely. It didn't actually, do what I thought it would do, in that it would break the, the trend line and just make a big freaking nasty red candle. That was not the case. It actually held the trend line, just not perfectly, which is fine. And then it made the move right after. Am I salty? No, not really. A little, sure, but I know my mindset isn't really there right now because I'm too busy messing around with brokers and trying to find out, what I can do to trade OTCs, because that's obviously what I'm better at. But, I do want to get better at these, and I was pretty, not pretty salty, but a little salty that I missed the one that was running yesterday. I forgot the name of it, but it did something like this, in that it broke the day high and then it continued the run and make like a massive move towards the upside throughout the rest of the day. Right now this thing is having a nice breakout. If this thing can run maybe to like the high 770s and then drop and then hold over the highs of this range right here, that could be like a confirmed breakout setup, and I can be a part of that. But I don't mind missing it for that reason, just because I'm not in the most optimal moment. I was also looking at TESS. It looked a little weaker compared to the other one, and the volume was a lot less, but it's actually continuously trying to do something towards the highs, because I was watching it here. I did see like a potential head and shoulders, but it held VWAP. Shoulder, head, shoulder, it held VWAP. But I think SYTA is much nicer. Yeah, I'll make an update to see what this one does. I would be interested in a confirmed breakout setup, and even though I probably lost a penny, just by a small portion, I think I learned a lot from it. I was on the right track. I just traded it way too strictly, which is fine, because I knew my mindset again wasn't in the best place. I've been trying to mess around with this. I have like this is the best I can do with Fidelity right now. I even have it so that, shit, never mind, it doesn't. I thought I had my account number and balance and all that stuff censored. Well, it's gonna be censored in this video, but I don't want to just always have a censor bar like I did in some of my other videos. It doesn't look that nice if you ask me, but this is what I have right now in terms of a platform. Here's a stock, buy or sell. There are these little quick buttons, but they don't actually work because I didn't put a quantity. But in theory, if I'm on Schwab and I just calculated my dollar risk level, boom, I hit buy the ask and put my quantity, right, and then I place the order. That's what I'm working with in this section right here below. It just talks about the order entry status and all of that stuff. So that's what I'm working with right now, and I think it is easy to switch from one to the other. Just click at the bottom here or the top, and then I'm in right there. That's what I have for right now. I'll make an update as to what this one does. Even if it doesn't make a nice move towards the upside even further from here, still offered a lot, in terms of percentage from where it was initially, and I think I'm pretty happy with that. I think the last thing I'll do is just go over my my dollar risk level, which is $4 right now with listed stocks. In theory, I was in at 633. Right, that's $31 position, very small size, but I'm in it right here. Worst case scenario, classic listed stock, big red candle flashes and breaks. At the time was $6 and VWAP, so I thought 570, I believe. So 570. Right, that's $28.50. 29, 30, 31, $3, and then I guess a little more than $3, pretty close to $4 if you ask me. And yeah, that was the idea there. If it were to have broken it, just a big red candle, I would have been protected. And that's it for right now. I'll make an update later. Alright, it is 11:39. I was eating, and it kind of did the thing I was talking about, although this was a bit kind of high. But in theory, the thing does a move here, runs up. It didn't really run that much further. It didn't like run into 770s, which would have been ideal, and then come back near the breakout range, which you can say is give or take 671. It kind of offered that opportunity here. Right now, it's kind of not working, but it's still holding the range, so it can continue to break out. they make another move towards the upside, but yeah, that's pretty sketchy. I mean, listed stocks, I'm just not, I don't like listed stocks as much as OTCs because they're just so choppy and weird. But let's see, this thing looks like it's trying to flash a big classic listed stock red candle. Yeah, it's kind of doing it, but if it tries to hold this level, it might not be so bad, or maybe make an inverse head and shoulder, and then maybe it makes a head and a shoulder. But it's just very choppy price action, but at least it's doing something. And now I have this thing set up, I have the ticker, buy, sell, quantity, limit, of course, limit price. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than nothing, especially if it's not going to charge commissions. So yeah, I think I'm going to stick with this, and as soon as the money is available for trading, I'll trade any any OTC stock setup that is available, and I'll stick with Schwab for listed stocks. I like Schwab for listed stocks, especially because they change so much in price. You can click here, you can change the price very easily. Fidelity does not seem to have that. I do have this thing hidden, right? It doesn't have data for it, but I don't know if clicking that would even work. It doesn't change the price, but that would have been nice if it could do something like that. Alright, it is 5:42 p.m. and I am here to call it off, and I guess take a look at the listed stocks and see what happened since I just really didn't dedicate that much into trading because of the fact that I'm not able to, because of the thing that Schwab is charging commissions, and given the size that I'm trading right now, it's just not something that makes sense, especially if I can trade on Fidelity without paying commissions for however long that will last with Fidelity, and I have it ready. I think I'll just use Schwab to just put in the ticker, figure out my dollar risk level, position size, and then I go here and I guess buy an ask, put the quantity right, and just place order. I think no mess, no freaking strings attached, unlike interactive brokers that just has so many little baby rules in the way, things that you have to go through a whole bunch of hoops just to trade and then pay commissions on top of that. It's just not worth it, especially because I can still trade here with Fidelity. And yeah, that's the case there. Let's look at the trade that I took. Again, not really the best mindset for trading, so I did play this thing super cautiously, and in this case it actually kept me from being profitable, but I don't mind that one bit. And that was again here with SYTA. My entry was 11.11 right actually before it did a nice move, and you can call this a head and shoulder, head, shoulder. I think interactive brokers is great for shorting listed stocks because they tend to have stocks available for shorting, unlike Schwab here, which is something that is better with interactive brokers. Let's see if this one is shortable, although I might not say anymore. It's probably not. Yeah, it's not available, but on interactive brokers it was shortable, so maybe I'll keep like $3,000, so the $3,000 that I got out of my short selling account here on Schwab, which is useless now because I won't be shorting OTCs because of the fees. Maybe I'll move that to interactive brokers, and that's going to be a margin account, and then I can participate in shorting listed stocks like this one that had a head and shoulders, head, shoulder, and that also a nice break on the VWAP too. It's nice when there's just more than one thing that aligns, for a nice breakdown. And yeah, that's definitely the potential there. I like how when it failed this trend line that I made back here, it also made this big classic listed stock red candle. That's pretty interesting, and I would have traded OWUV profitably. It wouldn't have been that much money made because it did trade with like a spread, and it was kind of hard, at some points because of that. But that would have been a profitable thing there. Just 1 penny loss today, which is fine. I'll look forward to trading when I'm able to OTC stocks, and I'll be using Fidelity as soon as the money shows up on interactive brokers, I'll probably wire it back and then put it back on Fidelity. But at least I'll have money to trade on Fidelity in the meantime. And I might leave $3,000 at interactive broker so I can short sell there. So those are my thoughts. I wonder if any of you guys watching are having the same issues or same struggles right now, just finding a different broker that's feasible for small position size, commission free trading with OTCs. That's all I have for today, and I'm very thankful though that I found a path. It's not like it's all doom and gloom. It's actually not bad at all, and I'm glad I didn't do anything dumb, being frustrated or anything on my trading. God willing, I'll be able to trade again very soon with Fidelity, and I think that will be pretty cool.